Hi, gorgeous soul, and welcome to Mystic Monday. I hope you are wonderful today. I am your host, Ashley Coleman, the founder of Winged Alchemy and the creator behind the Mystic's Path Mystery School. So, why don't we begin our conversation today with a couple deep breaths, maybe a hand on your heart. Just opening up to receive, to be where your feet are, to open up more of yourself to the present moment. So, taking those couple deep breaths, starting to connect down to your roots and your pelvis, arriving into the holy now moment. And today, I want to bring you a teaching that really saved my life years ago. And I'm really passionate about this because I have myself been so in love with growth and so in love with healing and rising to the next level and becoming the next version of me, this upward growth, this moving forward. And that's beautiful. And all of that upward moving energy and growth and heal and heal and heal, it can actually become addictive, and it can become a way that we abandon ourselves, and it can become an escape. And that's what I've experienced. So when you go so far into something, anything, you can overdo it. And I'm a person in recovery from addiction. I don't know if I've shared that before on this show. For me, I've been sober, clean and clear for a decade. And I struggled for 7 years. And I remember studying addiction in college once I moved out of my own addiction and started to make straight A's in school and really fall deeper into love with education. I remember hearing that people who struggle with addiction are morists. We want more. We want to take it further, right? My partner's also sober, and we're both just really hungry for depth and truth. And so the conversation today is about when spiritual growth goes too far. One part of our reality is about growing up and expanding, and another part of our reality is about growing our roots down. Actually being in love with the current version of ourselves. Because the spiritual healing trap that we can get swept up into, I would love to hear if you're resonating with this or if this speaks to you or if you've struggled with this. This spiritual healing trap of, I'm never enough. I got to keep healing and keep healing now. There's a place for that. And my point in this teaching is to wake us up to be completely who we are right now, the version of you. Maybe you're struggling with an addiction. Maybe you have a habit that you haven't broken yet. Maybe, right? We have these imperfections. And we are still worthy of love. The exact version right now of you is still worthy of unconditional love. And sometimes we wait until I heal this thing, until I heal this addiction, until I make a certain amount of money, until I manifest the partner. And you can unconsciously wait to love yourself. You can wait to be present in your life. I've done that. When am I going to be enough? My inner child says. Can you love me the way that I am now? Or are you chasing the next version of you? I call this patriarchal spirituality. And the patriarchy is a system set up to disempower the people, to place a power dynamic, a system of power over others. And this happens in spirituality. In number one, when we have a male God who is removed from the earth, we have a focus on heaven We're waiting for heaven, and there's a male God up in the sky that we are here to please. My spirituality doesn't align with that. And if yours does, then this space is not for you, and that's totally okay. And I love you, and your beliefs are valid. This is a space for interfaith seekers, for interfaith mystics who question religious dogma and who make their own way. So, this masculine God in the sky, and we're always trying to purify and get better. And there are spiritual traditions that demonize the body, that demonize matter. There are traditions that say the body is a prison. And we have to get out of the trap of matter. And I was reading a book on mysticism, and it was talking about matter doesn't matter. That is false to me. The earth doesn't matter. These bodies don't matter. This temporal world doesn't matter. And all that we care about is getting up, getting away. A half truth is a lie, and that is a half truth. Shamanic traditions. I'm an ordained shamanic minister. I've studied in depth with Alberto Villoldo and the Four Winds and shamanic energy medicine and different trainings. They don't see things that way. The earth is sacred. Our bodies are holy. The human experience of life and death is to be respected. This is why we pillage the earth as a people. This is why most people aren't healthy physically, or I should say, many, because of these belief systems in the psyche that are just in the invisible programming. We don't even see it directly. And so the end of patriarchal spirituality is the beginning of bringing heaven to earth, of not waiting for perfection, of not waiting for some perfect land. My shamanic teacher, Alberto Villoldo, would say, the shamans don't wait. They go full into this realm, and they fall madly in love with the life and death that is the truth of this planet. So it's not about get away, get away, get away. Let's get out of the body. That's ascension obsessed patriarchal spirituality. Up and away, up and away, up and away. And what have we done to the feminine principle as a people? Well, we've suppressed it and denied it. Look at the witch trials. It's one example where over 60,000 women and children, some men, mostly women, children, men, were killed. For what? For being herbalists, for practicing natural medicine, for being healers, for singing, for being free. So the feminine principle has been suppressed and denied. And men have been harmed by this as well, not just women. A way back to yourself is to bring your awareness back into your body and to stop doing your affirmations for a minute and stop trying to get to a better version of yourself. Just exist. Maybe you ate too many cookies, or maybe you're still working on something, right? It's like wherever you are, can you let that be enough today? That doesn't mean you're not striving to be better. No, it doesn't negate that. This is just the piece that's been imbalanced. And I know for me, I really feel this as a spiritual teacher, as a guide who's in love with healing and growth. It can go too far. And the too farness for me feels like, when am I ever going to be enough for you? Is what I hear on the inside. Will you love me the way that I am today? A practice of returning can look like breathing, putting your feet on the earth, doing an offering to the land that you live on of incense, of flowers, a prayer, a song, getting back into Aini, a Quechua word that means right reciprocity with the earth, with this realm where every moment change happens and you could miss it. If you're not here, you can miss it. And just because your feet are somewhere, you can be somewhere else. You ever talk to somebody and felt like they weren't with you? Just because your feet are somewhere doesn't mean that you're there. So this is about bringing heaven to earth through our bodies and actually being enough right now, not waiting, not waiting for perfection. You're going to be waiting way too long. Your life is happening now. Your kids are happening, your partner's happening, your joy, your business, your hobbies. Life goes on. Are you going with it? Are you present with it? I'll do it with you. I don't share this as somebody who's figured it out. There's no hierarchy in my line of work. We're together. It's a community. I'm here to build community. So thank you. Thank you for being in community, for being imperfect with me, and for doing the stuff anyway, for teaching, for loving, for guiding, for living imperfectly. Yes, we heal. Yes, we change. Yes, we strive for more. But if you're used to doing a whole lot of that, then take this medicine today. You, right now, are enough. You are completely whole in your imperfections. And we live in a temporal world, meaning we're not going to be here forever. The shamans would say we are stewards of this place. We do belong. A lot of light workers have and empaths feel like they don't belong. And shamanism changed that for me. Shamanism rebirthed me on the planet and in my body. I used to really struggle being in my body. And shamanism says, live, you belong here. You have community. The earth speaks to you with flowers and birds and crows. And there's so many ways that nature reminds us that we are already complete, that we do belong. So I invite you to receive that today and let me know in the comments how this speaks to you. Send this to your friends who love to heal, who love to grow. This is life-changing for me and for many of my clients. And if you want to work with me deeper, I have other ways to do that. I currently have just 3 spots left for an online mentorship for women, for spiritual women who are ready to become unshakably self-loyal, releasing all people pleasing and taking the authority over their lives. We do shadow work, we do inner child healing, we do group energy healing. This is going to be an amazing journey. We start April 2nd, and at the time of me recording this, there are only 3 spots left. So I will drop that link if you are interested. This is for spiritual women who are done settling, who are ready for their dream life. And why don't we share a breath to close today? Letting that land of just the way I am, completely imperfect. I am whole, and connect to the earth. Lay an offering, speak to Mother Matter, reconnect to this realm that is temporal and so, so sacred. Thank you, my love, for being here. I deeply look forward to being with you next week. See you soon.